In March, over 172,000 migrants, including a record-breaking 18,000 unaccompanied minors, were apprehended at the border, marking the highest monthly number of apprehensions in 15 years. Of those, the majority were almost immediately expelled back to Mexico. Still, the question of how to best process the thousands of migrants arriving at the border plagues Washington, as lawmakers can't agree on how to handle their arrival or tackle the reasons why for years they've been coming. I'm Sabrina Rodríguez, an immigration correspondent for Politico, and here's what you need to know about the politics around the southern border. In 2020, over 400,000 migrants were apprehended at the border. A significant portion of those migrants were then expelled back to Mexico under a Trump-era public health order called Title 42, which allows the U.S. to quickly expel migrants due to the pandemic. Well, it's 2021 and Biden is president, but Title 42 is still in use, despite him promising to establish more fair and humane immigration policies. Last month, more than 103,000 migrants were expelled under Title 42. The Biden administration has been criticized for using the pandemic as an excuse to keep the border closed. Meanwhile, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas said the Title 42 remains in use to manage the record number of migrants that are coming to the border. A big challenge has been handling the arrival of thousands of unaccompanied children. Recent data shows that there's about 20,000 children currently in U.S. custody while they await to be united with a vetted sponsor. On the campaign trail, Biden proposed to give $4 billion in aid to Central America to address the root causes of migration. He also offered a proposal that would open a pathway to citizenship for nearly 11 million undocumented immigrants already in the United States. And recently, Biden appointed Vice President Harris to serve as the point person in working with Central America to curb migration to the U.S., the same role that he had as VP. But without bipartisan support from Congress, any change in how the U.S. handles migrant arrivals may be difficult to accomplish. The House passed 2 immigration reform bills, but neither are expected to pass in the Senate. Republicans generally blame the Biden administration for the increase in migrants, calling for more border security and a return to more Trump-era policies. And many Democrats place blame on Trump's draconian immigration policies and acknowledge Congress's failure to pass reform bills for decades. There have been some meetings with lawmakers from both sides of the aisle, but there's no actual progress to speak of. In the short term, the Biden administration is expanding its capacity to house the thousands of children arriving while they await to be united with family members and sponsors in the U.S. Biden, for now, has largely relied on executive orders and action at the agency level, much like his predecessors, but he will need more than that to achieve any long-term immigration goals.